BCHQ Discussion Time episode 45. Johnny Gunz. Shout out Johnny. One of the questions, there was two. I'm just going to do this one for now because it's a bit easier than the other one. I need to think on the other one a bit more. Parents jailed for child behaviour. What do you think of idea in some places where the parents are held responsible for their child's destructive behaviour or lack of attendance or some other infraction? Do you think it is fair that Alright, so I'll get into the first bit. So the first bit was, do you think it is fair that the parent should face charges, a weird kind of criminal implication, almost like aiding and abetting? How much responsibility do parents really have when it comes to unruly children? How much responsibility is on teachers, schools? Perhaps teachers and schools are not providing the right kind of environment in the same way they accuse the parent of failing to do so, etc. Okay, for this part, I totally agree with what you said. I don't think it should be solely blamed on the parents. There's a lot of different factors you've got to take into account. The child could have mental disabilities where the parents don't have control over certain aspects because they can't know what's going on in their child's head if they're not communicating with their child like that. The child needs to take responsibility as well. But I do think that everyone's got to play their part. It has to be the council, it has to be the schools, it has to be the universities, colleges, any support base that's around them. It can't just be blamed on the parents, because that's an easy cop out for the schools, and to place the blame on just shoving it and not wanting the responsibility of it, when, as I said, it should be everyone involved. The more people that can come in to help, the more chances there are that there will be of coming out with a better solution to helping that child out. I don't think it depends on individual cases and what's happened, but for the most part I don't think the parents should be prosecuted and sent to court and potentially prison and shit. As I said, it depends on individual cases. If parents should be held responsible for their child's bad behaviour, what kind of penalty punishment is acceptable? Is it right to pay a fine to be jailed for someone else's actions, albeit someone you're legally responsible for, or is that too harsh? Is it just the school authorities being pretty and saying your child's tardiness and absenteeism is making our school reputation look bad on the league tables? Is that being even? We want him to attend our school, but we don't want him always coming late. As I said, I don't think the parents should, depending on what's happened, I think for the most part I could safely say I don't think there should be penalties for the parents. If that's going to happen, then as I said, that's the schools and whoever else pushing the responsibility onto the parents, even if they're responsible as well. I certainly don't think they should be sent to jail. So if they get sent to jail, if both the parents got accused, then that child has to go into adoption places or fucking child homes and all that sort of shit, because then that just causes more problems. So I don't think that's going to help anyone. And so I don't think there should be fines either, depending on what's happened again. And if the school says that it looks bad on us, then you know that in all likelihood they're going to be passing the responsibility on whatever happens to try and get the parents in the shit, instead of them as a company or a business or whatever you want to look at it as, because they don't want more problems and lawsuits and shit like that. But I still think that they should be held responsible as well, because that kid's going to that school, so they need to help, regardless of league tables and fucking exam rates and all that shit. And if he's coming late, the school needs to take responsibility and actually sit down with the parents and ask what's going on at home. If the child's behaviour is bad at school, they can't just assume things. They have to get the facts before anything goes ahead. But I don't think a lot of schools will talk to the parents. So I think that needs to be addressed. Yeah, that's my answer, man. Great question. Shout out everyone supporting. They don't want to fuck with the real ones.